Hello fellow gamers and welcome back to Stressbench, where we dive deep into the world of gaming hardware and performance. Today we have something special lined up as we take a nostalgic journey through the Far Cry franchise, benchmarking the first 4 games on a rig that has become the cornerstone of our benchmarking adventures. Now, if you have been following our channel, you are already familiar with our trusty companion in the testing lab. For this Far Cry benchmarking session, we're once again harnessing the power of our reliable gaming PC featuring an Intel i7 4790 processor, a GTX 1650 graphics card, and a healthy dose of 16GB of RAM. This setup has been our benchmarking workhorse, and it's the same system that has been put through its paces in previous videos. As we delve deep into the Far Cry series, we'll be exploring how this veteran PC handles the immersive worlds of the first 4 games in the franchise. From lush tropical landscapes to war-torn environments, we are putting our rig to the test to see how it holds up in terms of frame rate, graphical fidelity, and overall gaming experience. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's embark on this benchmarking adventure through the Far Cry universe. Quick heads up folks, we've opted for 4K resolution in the first 2 games and 1080p for the 3rd and 4th one. It's a deliberate choice to tailor our testing to each game's unique demands. Now let's dive into the results and see how our rig handles these games. Kicking things off with the game that started it all, Far Cry 1. Running at the maximum graphical settings, our trusty rig tackled the lush tropical landscapes with ease. On average, we witnessed a silky smooth 135 frames per second. For those seeking that extra level of consistency, the 1% low came at a respectable 83 frames per second, ensuring smooth gaming experience even during more demanding moments. And for those enthusiasts who demand the utmost performance, the 0.1% low hovered around 10 frames per second, highlighting the rare instances where the game faced more significant challenges.
Where to go at least. Use your binoculars to survey the surroundings. Notice that they have a sound enhancer and movement tracker. Dr. Krieger has fitted everyone on the island with locator signals that you can track using the binocs.
Search every inch. Oh, no.
Now, let's shift our focus to Far Cry 2, a game known for its expansive, open-world African landscape. Running at the very high graphical settings, our rig handled the sun-soaked savanna and dusty plains admirably. The average frame rate stood at a solid 72 frames per second, providing a smooth and enjoyable gaming experience. Even during more intense moments, the 1% low remained robust at 51 frames per second, ensuring stability when the action heated up. For those rare, demanding instances, the 0.1% touched 26 frames per second, demonstrating the system's resilience in the face of the game's challenges. Moving on to the lush and dangerous Rook Islands in Far Cry 3. Our rig faced a mix of high and very high graphical settings with a strategic tweak to post effects set to low. This combination brought us an average of 74 frames per second, maintaining a smooth gameplay experience amidst the tropical chaos. Now, what surprised us here was the intensity of Far Cry 3 compared to its predecessors. Even with this mix of settings, the game proved to be quite demanding on our system. When things got intense, the 1% low held strong at 45 frames per second, ensuring consistent performance during demanding scenarios. Even in the most challenging moments, the 0.1% low dipped to 24 frames per second, showcasing the system's ability to handle the visually stunning and action-packed world of Far Cry 3.
Holy shit! Help if I stood still. You're outclassed, boy. Holy crap! I'm hit! Incoming! What the? No! Chasing the hostile! Shoot me, son of a bitch!
Now, let's dive into the snowy landscapes of Kyrat in Far Cry 4. We tweaked the settings to find the sweet spot between high and very high for an optimal visual experience. Yet, Far Cry 4 turned out to be quite a challenge for our system. With an average frame rate of 78 frames per second, the game looked stunning without sacrificing performance. However, it's worth mentioning that Far Cry 4 really pushed our rig, especially during intense scenes where the frame rate dipped to 40 frames per second with the 1% low. Even in the toughest situations, our system held steady with the 0.1% low hovering around 21 frames per second. As we conclude our benchmarking journey through the Far Cry universe, one thing becomes abundantly clear. These games have aged remarkably well. From the dense jungles of the original Far Cry to the snowy peaks of Kyrat in Far Cry 4, our trusty rig handled each adventure with finesse. Despite the varying demands of each installment, our system proved resilient, delivering smooth gameplay experiences across the board. There is something truly special about revisiting these iconic titles. If you haven't had the chance to experience the Far Cry series yet, we highly recommend diving in. With captivating stories, stunning visuals, and engaging gameplay, these games offer an unforgettable journey through some of gaming's most memorable worlds. Our journey doesn't end here, however. In the next video, we'll be exploring the remaining titles in the Far Cry franchise, so be sure to stay tuned for that adventure. Until then, happy gaming, and may your frame rates be high and your temperatures low. See you in the next one.